Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to talk about my brand new April favorites. So if that is something you're interested in watching, you're in the right place. We're about to get into it.
I'm a lone wolf. 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 I'm a
Alright guys, so April favorites. Now we're gonna do this favorites video a little differently. Typically I bring you guys whatever it is that I was using in my daily rotation for that previous month, and that's what we call our favorites video. The problem is becoming on this channel that if it's something that I'm really falling in love with and it's in my daily rotation, I'm usually already talking to you guys about it. So I don't want a favorites video for the month to just be a recap of products that I've already talked to you guys about. I think that's a little boring. So what I wanted to specifically focus on with this particular favorites video is making sure that I talked about products that I am favoriting, that I have discovered over the last 30 days, and they're new discoveries for me, but they're products that I haven't talked to you guys about just yet. And a lot of times in these situations, it's just like one product from a brand and it's not really enough to make a whole video on, but it's great to put in this kind of a format. So today we're going to talk about brand new products that you guys have not heard me mention before on this channel, and yes, they are favorites. So first up, I want to talk to you guys about a product from a brand that I haven't discussed with you guys on this channel just yet, but it might be coming in an upcoming brand spotlight. This is a skincare brand, and I have to say, you guys, this is genuinely one of the best skincare brands out there. This skincare brand is a luxury brand, but I can say that in this instance, it's not just because it's Dior or it's Gucci and it's got a name label slapped on the front of it. The expense is genuinely coming from the ingredients. I want you guys to check out Renée Rouleau. The website itself is phenomenal. You will become so incredibly educated about skincare, how certain products work with other products. When you look at different ingredients on the Renée Rouleau website, they not only tell you all of the ingredients that are included in a specific product that you're looking at, but they also tell you what to expect from it, if it's something that you can use based on your skin type, what the ingredients are, how else you can use that product other than the way that it's being marketed or intended for, and what doctors or reviewers and other people have to say about this product. The website is gorgeous, and you are so informed about individual products that the website itself just blows me away. I first heard about Renée Rouleau from my sister. For those of you that haven't met my sister, she's been on the channel a couple of times. She's a makeup artist. We own a business together up here in the greater Philadelphia area. We have a makeup studio, and she is very vested in her skin and in skincare. So I do tend to pay attention to a lot of products that she favors. And Renée Rouleau is a brand that she really enjoys their products, and she actually has quite a few things. She gifted me one product in particular, and it was called the Triple Berry Smoothing Mask, and it was a smoothing mask. It was basically like an exfoliating mask, but it was made from berries. It actually still has like some seeds and stuff in there. That mask made such an instant difference in my face that I immediately became very curious about the Renée Rouleau brand. So I started to research the brand itself, and I stuck my toe into a couple of other products. And you guys, I've gotten a lot of Renée Rouleau skincare, and not once have I ever been disappointed with the results. I wanted to talk to you guys specifically about a product today that was a superstar for me. Now, a lot of you guys, if you haven't been around here hair for very long, you don't really know a lot of the changes that I've gone through unless you go back and look at some old videos. I used to have a lot of texture underneath my eyes, and I still do, don't get me wrong. I still have a lot of fine lines and wrinkles underneath here, but it used to be very exacerbated compared to what you see today. You can see a little bit of it in the intro for this channel. If you actually pay attention to it and you look at the intro, there's some older footage that's in the intro, and you can really see a lot of the texture that I used to have underneath my eyes. And I really just resided myself to, it's just a sign of aging. You get a lot of fine lines and wrinkles. I smiled a lot my entire life, so I was just resided in the fact that I was going to have to deal with some pretty deep set wrinkles underneath my eyes. In addition to that, I also tend to get a little bit of milia underneath my eyes, which are those little teeny tiny white dots. I get milia right up against my lash line sometimes and in my tear trough. So that was also an issue underneath my eyes, and my under eyes tend to be very dry. So those are the three main under eye concerns that I personally have. When I found this product on the Renée Rouleau website, this product said that it was going to treat those specific concerns. So this is called the Overnight Eye Serum by Renée Rouleau, and I'll give you guys a close-up of it here. Now, what this is it's a corrective exfoliator that is exclusively formulated for treating concerns of the under eye area, mainly dryness, lines, and milia bumps. When you use this regularly, this dramatically dissolves away dry cell buildup to reduce milia bumps. It gets rid of the crepiness and the appearance of lines, while it helps to target additional wrinkles that you're possibly getting. In addition to that, when you use this serum first, it dramatically enhances the penetration and efficacy, or the effectiveness of whatever eye cream it is that you put on top of it. Now, this eye serum is an eye serum that I use at night. I use this every night. I use a little tiny bit right before I go to bed. I put it right here underneath my eye area. I let it sit, and then I put my eye cream on. This has made the biggest difference when it came to my crepey skin underneath my eyes, all of those fine lines and wrinkles I had underneath my eyes, and the milia bumps that I dealt with underneath my eyes as well. This little product right here is an absolute lifesaver, and I swear by it. Now, even though Renée Rouleau is incredibly expensive, people would think this is like a $200 eye serum, especially considering what it does. It's actually only $48.50. So in comparison with other luxury brands, it's not that expensive, but it's also not just a $20 eye serum. So it is basically a $50 eye serum, but it is 100% worth it, you guys. The difference in my under eyes from then to now is drastic. Now, I will say this is not a product that you put on and then you go to bed and you wake up and all of your fine lines and wrinkles are gone. That's not how this works. The ingredients list for this includes lactic and glycolic acid that are both formulated with a lot of other ingredients like allantoin and aloe vera. So what it does is it makes this serum incredibly gentle for the under eye area. When I initially was like, you know, you're putting AHAs underneath the under eye area, that could be a problem. But the way they've formulated this, it works out perfectly. It is basically an exfoliant for underneath the eyes that's incredibly gentle and incredibly effective, and it does everything that it says it's going to do. This is a fantastic product, you guys. It's AHA acid based. It doesn't have any synthetic fragrance, no synthetic color. It's all paraben free. Renée Rouleau is a clean, great brand, so you don't have to worry about nasty fragrances and things like that. You just get effective product from her. So definitely go and check out Renée Rouleau. Check out the Overnight Eye Serum if that's something that you guys are interested in. I think you'll really, really like this. I saw results by the end of my first week. I could tell that things were changing and working. After my first month of use, I swore I would never use another eye serum, and I haven't. I love this eye serum. All right, next up is actually an entire line line of things. So over the last 2 months, I've tried a brand new brand that I saw on Ulta, and I wanted to give them a shot, and I was actually pleasantly surprised. Now, what I decided to do was buy a kit that had, you know, a huge selection of products that this brand offers all in one kit, so that I could try, you know, a little bit of everything and just see the kind of results that I got. And the stuff that I got in the kit lasted me for almost 60 days. It was definitely enough to see some really good results and know what I like and what I don't like from this brand. And the brand itself is Meaningful Beauty by Cindy Crawford. This is Cindy Crawford's brand new skincare line. Now, the set that I got, I'll show you guys some footage here of what the entire collection looks like. So I got the 7-piece deluxe starter kit from Meaningful Beauty. Ulta has it online for $79, and you get 7 pieces of their product. I believe the Meaningful Beauty website actually has it online right now during a 30% off sale. I think they have it retailing for $65, but I got a chance to actually really kind of dig in and decide what of this brand I liked and didn't like, and even if I liked the brand overall. And I was actually surprised, you guys. There really are some good things in here. At first I was like, Cindy Crawford coming out with skincare line, I'm not really sure if I'm gonna be all in, but there are a few superstars out of this product lineup. The first superstar for me is her overnight cream. Now, this is the overnight retinol repairing cream. I love this. As you guys can see, I absolutely went through all of it. I used it up. It took me about a little, this actually lasted almost 2 months for me. But I loved this. I loved the way that my skin looked first thing in the morning. Everything was nice and firm, but I didn't feel dry. I felt very hydrated. Now, they say that this is supposed to reduce the signs of fine lines and wrinkles and smooth out your texture and kind of overall just anti-aging claims from this overnight cream. And I noticed a little bit of a smoothing of my fine lines and wrinkles, but nothing drastic in the 2 months that I used it. But what I did notice was my skin feeling incredibly hydrated the next morning, and everything felt nice and tight. So it does a great job at really hydrating the skin, firming up the skin, and getting that elasticity back in your skin. And I noticed a softening of some of my finer lines. I don't see any of my deep set wrinkles, you know, disappearing. That I think doesn't happen with really anything. But it does soften the fine lines and wrinkles that I had. But really nice and firming and tight. It just kind of pulls everything up and really hydrates the skin. Even though the full size of this is like $65, I think this is something that I'm seriously consider purchasing. Another superstar for me out of this lineup was the Environmental Protecting Moisturizer with an SPF of 30. Now, I am picky when it comes to my face moisturizers, you guys. I do not like sunscreen on my face, and it has been really difficult for me to find a product that has enough sunscreen in it that it protects my face, and I'm not wrestling with my makeup or hating the way that it lays on my skin, or it makes me feel itchy, or it's just too thick and it screws up my foundation and my primer and everything else. I've really struggled with finding a good sunscreen. This is not only a sunscreen, but it's also your moisturizer, and it gives your skin the most beautiful glow, and it really hydrates the skin as well. You don't think of this as a sunscreen when you put it on your face. When you actually put this on your face, it just feels like a beautiful glowing moisturizer, and you just really forget about the fact that you're actually slathering your sunscreen all over your face. Another really good thing that I love about this is that it's a broad spectrum sunscreen, so you also have blue light protection, all of the gadgets that we use on our daily basis, from computers to our phones to our TV screens. Some of that light can be damaging to the skin, so you also have a broad spectrum sunscreen in here as well. But again, there's also moisturizing ingredients in here, so you have a moisturizer in here that does a great job at hydrating the skin, keeping it hydrated all day long, firming, plumping, and making your skin look nice and glowy and beautiful. This is amazing. My new favorite sunscreen by far. I'm absolutely going to purchase the full size of this, even though, again, we're talking about a $60 product, but it is a kind of a huge bottle of this moisturizer slash sunscreen product. But this is amazing. I absolutely love this, and definitely a favorite. The other products in this kit, you know, the exfoliator, it was okay, but I have other exfoliators that I use. Again, the same thing with the skin softening cleanser. It was okay, but I have other cleansers that I like. There's also a serum in here that's called the Youth Activating Melon Serum. It's okay, but I have other face serums that I think I'm more fond of than this particular serum. Although the ingredients are great and it looks absolutely beautiful in the bottle. When this was full, it has all these really pretty like little orange beads floating around in here, etc. But, you know, I have serums that do a good job for me. It wasn't really a standout. There's also a product called the Ultra Lifting and Filling Treatment. This is kind of like a primer, very dimethicone heavy. It does kind of, you know, smooth out the skin, but this wasn't a product that was for me either. The only other standout in this entire line is something that I'm really sad is gone out of here, so I'm going to have to definitely go buy the full size, and that was the Lifting Eye Cream. Now, thank goodness the full size of this is only $46, but I will say, having had a chance to try this for the last 2 months, I really fell in love with this eye cream. I actually still have quite a bit left in here. I could probably get another couple of weeks out of this, so you really don't need a lot. You just put a little dot here on your ring finger. I rub my ring fingers together and I just tap it underneath the eye. This is not my evening eye cream. This is what I use first thing in the morning, pre-makeup. This is a perfect daytime eye cream. Now, one of the things about this eye cream that I really like is that it does have a little bit of dimethicone in it to help smooth out a lot of the fine lines and wrinkles that we have underneath our eyes, which is why I like this so much underneath my makeup. But one of the main ingredients that I thought was really interesting about this eye cream, obviously they have hyaluronic acid in here, which I love. They have glycerin in here, which is a natural humectant, which I love because it draws moisture from the air and kind of shoves it into that under eye area all throughout the day. So I absolutely love that aspect of this as well. But it also has a hydrolyzed hazelnut protein in here that does an amazing job as acting like kind of like caffeine does when it gets rid of all that puffiness underneath the eye, and it just makes everything really tight and firm. This does an amazing job at that. So I think that's why they call it the lifting eye cream, because when you put it on, everything just gets nice and tight. All that puffiness is gone. You get a good huge dump of hydration under there with the hyaluronic acid and the glycerin, and then you get a nice smooth base for your concealer and your makeup to lay on as well. So I was impressed by the lifting eye cream. This was another standout for me. So my favorites from this line were the eye cream, the broad spectrum SPF moisturizer, and the overnight retinol repairing cream. I think these three are beautiful standouts for meaningful beauty. Overall, I think the line was done very well. I was a big fan of trying these products out. You know, some of them weren't that, you know, amazing for me, but there really are some products in here that I think are probably going to end up being signature products for the line because they really are good. All right, so I'm going to kind of break my rules a little bit about not talking about products that we've discussed previously on this channel, but if you haven't followed me on Instagram, then you don't know that my favorite eyelashes in the world are now back in stock. If you have never checked out Inky Minky Lashes, these are the best lashes, bar none. I love these lashes. I actually have them on tonight in Kitten, which is my absolute favorite lash. So here's my deal with lashes. I am not a dramatic lash girl. I cannot stand the Lily lashes, the Miami style, those huge lashes that feel very heavy on my eyes and basically cover up all of the eyeshadow that I have on. No one can see the eyeshadow that you work so hard to do when you put those big, huge lashes on. Not only that, I want a lash that's just going to add a little bit of extra volume and maybe a little bit of extra length to my lashes, and I can wear it every day. I want a very natural lash that lays very lightly on my lid that I don't know is there and I can forget about halfway through my day. That is Inky Minky Lashes. Now, don't get me wrong, they also have some of those big, fluffy, dramatic lashes. If that's your thing, then by all means, go check them out and get some of those. But if you're looking for a very natural, beautiful, very light, everyday lash at an incredibly reasonable price. They're not $20 a piece lashes. I think that infuriates me so often with lashes, that they've gotten ridiculously expensive. Then Inky Minky is the way to go. I did try Make Believe, which is a brand new style that I recently tried. These are about as natural as you can go. You just get a little bit of an extra volume and a little bit of extra length, and they're stunning. And then of course I got my all-time favorite Kitten. I had to stock up on them because one thing about Inky Minky is they are very popular. Everyone loves them and they do sell out. I have talked with them about inventory issues and they are really going to stay on top of it to make sure that they keep enough stock in for us. So they're a great company. I love everything that they stand for. I love these lashes. If you have never worn them, definitely check them out. They're worth it. All right, let's get into some fun stuff. Now, up next is actually a highlighter. And for those of you that don't know, my favorite highlighter for the longest time has been the Greek Goddess highlighter palette. So when Manny MUA came out with his Greek Goddess line, he launched a highlighter palette that has the most stunning highlighter formula that I have ever used. It was the creamiest. It lays on the skin so beautiful. It doesn't show any texture, and this has been my go-to highlighter ever since I ordered the Greek Goddess palette. So when I heard that Manny was coming out with individual highlighters, I, number one, was a little nervous because I was worried that he was going to mess with the highlighter formula. But then I got really excited when I heard that he didn't, and he actually said in his launch video, you know, why fix what's not broken? And I was like, yes, thank you. So I'm so glad that he actually listened to his consumers and he came out with these gorgeous highlighters in individual formats. So Lunar Beauty did launch individual formats of their highlighters. The packaging is gorgeous. You just open it up and pull it out and you have these highlighters that just look like crystals encased in, isn't that just gorgeous? It's just stunning packaging. This one is actually my sister's. I got one for her, and this one is mine, and I love them. I think it looks like you have a highlighter in there. It's just encased in like crystal, so I think the packaging is absolutely gorgeous. They look super cute sitting on your vanity, and the actual highlighter itself, you guys, it's stunning. It's that same highlighter formula like he said. Don't mess with perfection. There's no need to. I actually have it on tonight. I love this highlighter because number one, I can do just a very light layer of it and I get a nice, beautiful, natural highlight that doesn't emphasize any fine lines and wrinkles. It doesn't show any texture, and it can look just like a very natural glow. I can put a couple of layers on top of that and I can glow to the gods. So I love the way that this is customizable. You can either use it and just really, really shine, or you can just do a very nice natural highlight like what I have on tonight. But like, for example, if I really wanted to just go crazy with this, you can. It will allow you to do that. I just preferred not to wear my highlighter that way. But with just a few extra swipes, you can really just get it to just glow gorgeous for you. Oh my gosh, you guys. I love this highlighter. It doesn't give you any kind of weird cast to your skin, so when you're looking head on, you don't have any kind of a weird cast to your skin. And again, it just doesn't show any of my fine lines and wrinkles. It just gives your skin this very smooth, beautiful, polished appearance, and I absolutely love it. It's also my sister's favorite. She loved it as well, so I got myself the color, I believe mine is Mercury and hers is the lightest shade, and I think the lightest shade is Venus. No, I think it's the other way around. I think the lightest shade is, I don't know. So we got Mercury and Venus. One is the lightest shade and one is the next up to the lightest shade. But I'll show you guys the actual shades here because I know the packaging is stunning, but let me show you what the actual shades look like. So one is really, really icy. That one I got for my sister because she really likes kind of that icy tone. She also has lighter skin tone than I do. And then one of them is for more of a light to medium skin tone. It's a little more of a natural type of highlighter. It has a little bit of kind of the gold undertones to it, and that's a little bit more my speed, so that was the one I got for me. But these are stunning. They're absolutely gorgeous. Have 100% been my favorites this month because now I don't have to haul that big huge palette everywhere I go. If I want to have my favorite highlighter with me now, I can just take my little package with me everywhere I go, and it's stunning. I mean, you can't whip this out anywhere without people going, what is that? It is just gorgeous. This packaging was a win, but these are 100% worth it. If you haven't had a chance to check them out, definitely check them out. If you didn't want to drop the money on the whole highlighter palette from the Greek Goddess collection, I don't blame you, but you can get these individually now, and 100% worth it. One of the best highlighters I've ever used. All right, I'm going to try and go fast through the rest of the products because I know I talk so much, you guys. So we're going to try and kind of blow through these next two products. Now, I talked to you guys about Nabla Cosmetics earlier in the month when I talked to you guys about their Soft Focus powder, and I absolutely love that powder. But I also mentioned that I happen to be testing one of their brand new products, which is their foundation. Now, this is called their Close-Up Futuristic Foundation, and this has become one of my favorite foundations over the course of the last month. So Nabla came out with their Soft Focus powder and their foundation at the same time. I ordered them both at the same time, and I've been testing out the foundation over, like I said, the last 30 days, and I've really put this foundation through it. I have it on my face tonight. I absolutely love this foundation, you guys. One of the main reasons that I like it is because you can't tell that you have it on your face. It's so incredibly lightweight that it really genuinely feels like you don't have product on. So you get a full fluid ounce. I love the way that it's in its little component here. It's just like a dropper. You just drop it out. There is a couple of things that really make this a standout foundation. I'm going to show you guys, I got medium 30 and medium 10, and I'm going to show you guys the component and swatches here while I tell you a little bit about the formula itself. So the formula itself is actually formulated with really high-tech copolymers that provide a very soft and fluid texture that gives you exceptional blendability when it comes to this foundation. When you put it on the skin, I can't really describe it. It kind of just melts into the skin. It's incredibly blendable. It just blends itself. It's stunning when you first put it on. You're like, oh my gosh, it just blends out so well. In addition to that, they made it so weightless that it just gives you this second skin kind of feeling. When you put it on, it's so weightless, you just really can't even tell that you have a product on. Now, this is meant to give you a very soft, focus, blurred out effect to the skin, and it does a great job at that. When I put it on, I can immediately tell that texture that I have is blurred out. It lasts a really long time. The longevity of this is amazing. The finish, I would describe, they describe it as a luminous matte finish, which I think is an oxymoron, but it does not give you a shiny finish or a glowy finish. It gives you a matte finish, but it's a natural matte. it looks like your skin. It looks like your skin has its natural glow to it. So they describe this as a medium buildable formula. I would agree with that. It's medium when you do your first layer. If you do, and you work in really thin layers with this product because it's so weightless, do one thin layer, and then if you want to push it to a high coverage foundation, you can do another layer, and then you're in that high coverage category. The way I use it is I do one thin layer all over my face, and then I just look at areas where I want additional coverage, and I just put a second layer there, and that's it. It works beautifully with all the primers that I've used. It works beautifully with any powder that I've chose to set it with, and it lasts a really long time. This is a solid foundation, and it's not a $50 foundation. It's like 25 bucks. It is gorgeous. So if you haven't checked this foundation out by Nabla Cosmetics, it's made in Italy. They're an Italian indie-based brand. I'll make sure that the link is down in the description box below. You will not be disappointed with this foundation. It is stunning. Next up is this product. So this is called Kosas Tinted Face Oil. At first, when I first got this, I had kind of mixed feelings about it. And I actually had to talk to my sister about this to kind of figure out exactly the way that I love to use this product. So what this is it's basically a face oil that's tinted with pigment. So you know how you have tinted moisturizers? Well, this is a tinted face oil. So if you have normal to combination to dry skin, then this will be a great product for you. If you have oily skin, stay away from this. This is beautiful on its own. It looks like you've put a face oil on, and it has a little bit of pigment in there, so it evens out some texture and just makes your skin look nice and pretty and glowy. But for me, I was like, you know, I'd like a little bit more coverage, and I just wasn't that impressed with it on its own. Although, you know, it does look gorgeous. It just melts into the skin, and it looks beautiful like a face oil would. My sister said, listen, to get the most bang for your buck with this product, if you have a matte foundation that you're frustrated by because it gets really cakey on you and it's overly drying, add a couple of drops to this. Now, the Huda Beauty foundation, there are a couple of foundations out there that have aggravated me a little bit because I really like the coverage and I really like the way they look on my skin, but inevitably within an hour it looks very makeup-y and very cakey because it's a matte foundation that's overly drying on my skin, and God forbid I add any powder to it, then we're a really crinkly, cakey mess. So there are certain foundations out there that do that to me. The Huda Beauty is one of them. The Beauty Bakery foundation, the cake face foundation that I did a video on and told you guys that if you want to make this work, you have to use a face oil underneath it, and then it looks stunning and it lasts all day long. Any of those really matte foundations that you love and you're frustrated because they look really heavy on your skin and they look really makeup-y on your skin, this is a superhero when it comes to those foundations. All you have to do is just add a drop or two to those foundations and put them on, and it turns any drying matte foundation that you have that you are regretting that you put money into a gorgeous, stunning foundation. And that has been the way that I have found myself using this. And for that purpose, you know, there's quite a few foundations that I have that I just don't reach for. So, you know, it's like they're sitting there waiting for the expiration clock to tick down on them before I finally go through and do a declutter and ditch them all. And it's frustrating because when I go through and do a declutter, all I can think about is money I'm throwing in the trash can. And this saves all of that. I have reached for more foundations that I have, you know, just put on my back shelf that I haven't been using in forever. I have reached for a lot of those foundations ever since I've started using this, and I've really been able to enjoy those foundations, enjoy the finish that they give me, enjoy that beautiful coverage that they're known for, the longevity that they're known for, and everything that everybody else enjoys about those foundations. I've been able to enjoy because of adding a couple of drops of this. So if that's something that you struggle with or something that you think you would enjoy, this would be absolutely worth it. All right, guys, we are in the home stretch. Next up is a bronzer that I absolutely fell in love with. I'm kind of funny about my bronzers too. I need them to make my face look nice and smooth. I mean, if you're going to put a bronzer on, it might as well help smooth out pores, smooth out fine lines and wrinkles, and it's really hard to find a bronzer that's going to do that. Well, Pure has come out with a bronzer that is a matte bronzer, and it is the perfect tone, and it actually smooths out your skin when you put it on. You guys, this bronzer is stunning. If you haven't had a chance to check this one out, definitely check this out. You can get it online at Ulta or online obviously at Pure Cosmetics. Let me show you guys what this looks like up close. It's gorgeous. So not only is this skin perfecting matte bronzer very buildable, it blends out gorgeous. It has the perfect tones in here to give you a very natural looking, a very fresh sun-kissed glow to the skin. It just looks gorgeous. One thing that I love about this is that it's ultra matte. It's also cruelty free. It's free of parabens. It's vegan. It's gluten free. So all of that good stuff. In addition to that, it also has some good for you ingredients in here. There's a creatine complex that Pure uses in their cosmetics that's good for smoothing and firming the skin, all of that good stuff. So all of that is included in here as well. But honestly, this really is just about performance. It's about the tones in here being spot on. This is the one for light to medium skin tones, and it's absolutely spot on when you put it on the skin, and the blendability is obnoxious. It blends out so gorgeous. It just blends itself. This is a beautiful product, and there are not a lot of products by Pure Cosmetics that I'm overly impressed with. I hate to say that out loud, but there's not a lot of products by this company that I'm really overly impressed with. I am getting ready to jump into testing a brand new foundation from this brand though, so we'll see how that goes. But as of right now, this bronzer has blown me away. If you guys haven't tried this bronzer, I absolutely recommend that you give it a shot if you're looking for a new bronzer. This one is stunning. Alright guys, and last but not least is actually a lip product that surprised me, and that is these brand new lipsticks. They are like ultra matte lipsticks by Huda Beauty. You guys, these lipsticks, I haven't been able to put them down since I've gotten them. I actually have them on my lips tonight. The one I have on my lips tonight is Graduation Day. This one is the one that I have on tonight. These, if you have texture on your lips, so if you have fine lines and wrinkles on your lips, this just gives your lips this very velvet, smooth look to the lips, but it's really, really matte. What I love about these is that they're incredibly long lasting, and they're really, really matte without being so drying, like a lot of matte lipsticks are. What's incredible about these two is they actually look like velvet. Like the lipstick itself looks like it has this velvet texture to it, and it feels like overly velvety on your lips. When you first put it on, you're like, that could possibly be the most velvety thing I've ever put on my lips. It feels that good. But these are incredible, you guys. These are stunning, and they look amazing on your lips. I hope she comes out with like a whole range of these. As of right now, Joyride and Graduation Day are the only two that actually appeal to me. I'll show you guys what they look like up close here, but I hope she does come out with some additional shades. But once again, these are the new Huda Beauty Matte Velvet Lipsticks. They are absolutely stunning. They look stunning on. They feel really good on. They last a really long time on your lips. They're just, I mean, they're just very complimentary. I think they're gorgeous. They call these power bullets, I guess, is what they're calling them. They retail for $25 a piece, which is quite a bit for a lipstick, but I can honestly say that they've lasted me a really long time, and they just look gorgeous. These are my most reached for lipsticks. I have these guys front and center ever since I got them last month, and they're by far my favorite lipsticks this month. All right, guys, well, that is it. We made it through our rundown of brand new products that have become my favorites over the course of the last month. Let me know if you guys intend on trying out any of these products, or if you have tried them, what do you think about them? Make sure that you sound off in the comment section below. Listen, you guys, I had so much fun on our live stream that we just recently did. I love doing that, and I love talking to you guys. I'm really excited about what is up next for our next giveaway, but that is for me to know and you to find out. Stay tuned on that. If you are new here, welcome. We are so glad that you stopped by. Make sure that you hit the subscribe button on your way out the door. Other than that, if you have any questions, feel free to DM me on Instagram at ErikaApproved. And as always, I hope all of you guys are very happy and very healthy, and I will see you guys in the next video. Mwah.